The filming of this virtual commencement ceremony adheres to all health and safety protocols and regulations set forth by the CDC and Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Graduates, we are very proud to be here to celebrate this momentous occasion that is your commencement. Our plans to commemorate your accomplishment in person this year in Daytona Beach, Florida, Pensacola, Florida, Frankfurt, Germany, San Diego, California, Seattle, Washington, Dallas, Texas, Washington, D.C., and Okinawa, Japan, were sadly disrupted by the devastating effects of COVID-19. I share my deepest sympathy and the thoughts of the worldwide faculty and staff for the loss of this milestone. This unprecedented time in our world has certainly taken the toll on our ability to partake in something that is innately human, to be together. However, this experience has also provided opportunities for us to explore other ways to gather. Whether joining a Zoom call, sending a letter, or talking on the phone, we have proven that nothing can break our desire or our ability to connect. As Embry-Riddle graduates, you are all masters of connection. Your hard work, determination, and commitment to completing your degree was not accomplished by attending classes together in a single location. You worked from your home offices, living rooms, and kitchen tables. You worked from military bases, deployment, and from aircraft carriers. You connected, and you succeeded. Although we cannot physically be together today to celebrate you, know that we are extremely proud of your accomplishment. Your faculty and advisors who have guided you over the years to this achievement are celebrating you. The entire staff of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University are celebrating you. Your friends and family who have supported your journey are celebrating you. It is my sincere hope that you look back on your time at Embry-Riddle with pride. Although this is the end of an academic journey, it is the beginning of the next chapter in your lives. I hope that you enjoy this virtual commencement ceremony today, and when we are able to connect in person again, without restriction or hesitation, I invite each of you and your families to attend and take part in any future live commencement ceremony that we hold across the globe. You are forever an Eagle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the presentation of colors by the ROTC program Joint Color Guard from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University and the singing of the national anthem performed by the Embry-Riddle Acapellas. For those members in our audience who are active duty, Guard, Reserve, veterans, and their families, we thank you for your sacrifice.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please welcome ERAU Reverend David Keck, who will offer the invocation.
Hi, I'm David Keck, chaplain at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, and I have the honor today of offering the invocation here at the beginning of the service and the benediction at the end of the service. I'm honored because I'm proud of what you've achieved. In both of these, we'll focus on a distinctive emotion, one that I think you may be feeling. At the end of the invocation, I'll say, "Let all God's children say," and that's a way of inviting you to participate in the final Amen. One of the great things about Embry-Riddle is that we welcome people from all over. We work with people from all over. So many different traditions, religions, and backgrounds are represented. And so when I say, "Let all God's children say," that's the way I think of us. We're all children of the Almighty, and we're all here together. I hope you can find yourself and your experiences in this morning's invocation. Let us give thanks. Thank you, dear God. This is a day which you have made. We rejoice and are glad in it. We thank you for the friends who provided words of encouragement. We thank you for family members who've struggled, who've sacrificed, who've helped, done so much to make it possible for our graduates today. We thank you for the faculty, the staff, those who've provided guidance, insight, taught classes, been a place to turn to with questions. We thank you above all for the graduates. We thank you for their hard work, their dedication, their perseverance. We ask you to continue to bless them. And may this be a service that they will remember. And when they think back upon it, we ask that you give them joy and give them strength, a reminder of their achievement, reminded that they can do anything. And let all God's children say, Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. P. Barry Butler, President of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
I'm sure this day sometimes felt like it was a long time coming. Today is a celebration for you and your families as well. I am pleased to say congratulations and well done. No one is here by accident. No one just wanders into Embry-Riddle. You earned your way in and you earned your way out by making a series of tough decisions and delivering on commitments. And that says something about who you are. You have discipline. You have resilience. You have built a support system of friends and family. You have been that support system for others. You have added to how you define yourself professionally and personally. Whether you are an engineer or a scientist, a specialist, or an entrepreneur, you all leave here with a marketable body of knowledge. If you keep building on your knowledge, it will keep rewarding you for a lifetime. You learned how to take in information and make it stick. You learned how to connect the dots, and maybe connect dots that other people can't even see. Or maybe they don't see them yet, but they will one day because of you. You learned how to solve complex problems, not just according to a textbook, but to your satisfaction. You've come to recognize your strengths and weaknesses. Maybe you've even moved some traits and capabilities from one category to the other. It is worth knowing what you do well, and there's nothing shameful in recognizing what you don't do well. No matter where you're going from here, you will be asked to contribute. You will be asked to collaborate. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses will help you know when it's best to speak up and when it's smarter to listen and learn from others on your team. Working toward your degree was an opportunity to explore what you value, who you are, and who you want to be. The answers to these questions create a life. One day, there will be a crowdsourced Wikipedia page about you. But for now, you are the sole expert on yourself. Keep developing that insight and self-awareness. For incoming students, one of the biggest fears is choosing the wrong course of study. Maybe you have changed your focus as you pursued your education. That's not uncommon. That, quote, what to choose, fear, is followed closely by fears about being able to succeed academically. The good news is that you put these fears behind you. You found a discipline that grabbed your interest, you stuck with it, and you ticked off all the boxes. Today, we acknowledge that sustained achievement. Your commitment to completing this degree has impacted and encouraged those who have supported you on your journey. You have set the example that determination and hard work results in success and goal achievement. You have inspired your family, your friends, and your colleagues through your tenacity, demonstrating that once you can see firsthand that something is possible, it becomes a lot more probable. You represent possibility to the people around you. Today, you join the ranks, becoming part of a distinguished group of professionals, leaders, and doers. Today, you become Embry-Riddle alumni, sharing experiences, knowledge, and a common desire to make an impact on the aviation and aerospace industry. In fact, there isn't an airline or aerospace company or government agency or branch of the military that doesn't employ Embry-Riddle graduates. It's your turn to be inspirational figure. Your Embry-Riddle education is a reliable GPS. Will it prevent you from never taking an unexpected detour or getting lost? No. But when you do, just listen to the voice that says recalculating, and you can find resolution to anything. You have a guidance system in your head that you can trust now. It is made up of your education in the broadest sense. What you learned in courses and labs from faculty, from each other, and about yourself. You are ready. You've got this. You are eagles. We soar together. Congratulations.
Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Lon Muller.
On our campus in Daytona Beach, we have a statue commemorating the Wright brothers' December 17, 1903 motorized flight at Kitty Hawk in North Carolina. I learned a lot about that first flight after reading historian David McCullough's book about the Wright brothers and came to appreciate both Wright brothers, but particularly Wilbur Wright. Wilbur Wright was a remarkable person. Despite having never graduated from college or high school, Wright, working with his brother Orville, his sister Catherine, his friend Charlie Taylor, and others, did something people in his time thought to be impossible. Not only building a flying machine, but also demonstrating that man could fly. When asked about the significant challenges of manned flight, Wilbur Wright was known to have said, "No bird ever soared in a calm," meaning that strong and sometimes unpredictable winds can help a bird fly to unimaginable heights. I've recently thought a lot about Wright's comment, "No bird ever soared in a calm," when thinking about the work that each of you have done and the challenges each of you have met. This has not been an easy journey for you, particularly in the midst of a worldwide pandemic. Your educational journey has, however, been a successful one and has resulted in something very special, a degree from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. During your time at the university, you've shown grit, perseverance, and resilience. You've adapted to new and challenging times. These qualities will serve you well as you manage the expectations of demanding careers. Our faculty, staff, and administration are confident that you are ready for whatever comes next. I say that not because we know what the next months or years will throw at you, but because we recognize who you are. You are eagles. Today, you are fully fledged eagles. You do not hear that expression much, but the word fledged comes from the Old English meaning fit to fly. That is you. You're fit to fly and ready to soar. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. John R. Wattret, Chancellor of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Worldwide Campus.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. It is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 2020 commencement and our first ever completely virtual ceremony. This platform is an excellent reminder that Embry-Riddle is truly worldwide and our connections to each other span the globe. Today we are celebrating graduates who are joining us from places all over, including Japan, Singapore, Germany, UK, Italy, Spain, Brazil, Hawaii, California, and even here at our worldwide campus headquarters in Daytona Beach, Florida. It is a wonderful day to celebrate each of you and your accomplishment in earning an Embry-Riddle degree. It is also my great pleasure to welcome the family and friends of our graduates who have encouraged and supported their academic journey and who are, no doubt, excited to be celebrating this momentous achievement. In addition to family and friends, our Embry-Riddle faculty and many of our staff are joining today. The pride and joy they are feeling for you is a result of the great strides you took as students to work hard, persist through your courses, and achieve this significant goal in becoming an Embry-Riddle graduate. I sincerely hope that everyone enjoys this ceremony and savors the meaning of this day. I am honored to introduce our guest speaker for today's ceremony. Ms. Regina Spellman is the Senior Project Manager in the Exploration Ground Systems Program at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. In this role, she is responsible for all design, development, fabrication, and construction for Launch Pad 39B, as well as modifications to the mobile launcher to ready it for crew flights. Spellman has more than 30 years of experience at NASA, beginning as a structural analyst at the agency's Langley Research Center in Virginia. As a senior structural analyst, she specialized in structural dynamics and composites for multiple NASA spacecraft and experimental aircraft, including the X-43C project and the Blended Wing Body Low Speed Vehicle BWB-LSV projects. She started her career at Kennedy in 2005 and has been with the Exploration Ground Systems since 2006. Under the Constellation program, Spellman was the project integrator for Launchpad 39B. She also served as the Deputy Senior Project Manager for Pad B and the Deputy Senior Project Manager for the mobile launcher. Spellman earned a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering from Purdue University, a Master of Engineering from the University of Virginia, and a Master of Science in Space Systems from the Florida Institute of Technology. She was twice awarded the NASA Silver Snoopy and is a NASA Exceptional Achievement Medal and NASA Exceptional Engineering Achievement Medal recipient. Spellman lives in Rockledge, Florida with her husband and son. At NASA Kennedy Space Center, we welcome our honored guest speaker, Ms. Regina Spellman.
Thank you, Chancellor Watrett. I am so honored to be sharing this time with all of you, the graduating class of 2020, your families, your friends, and all the distinguished guests. In a year where far too many of us have felt isolation and difficulties like never before, this day is truly a day to celebrate. You have persevered, and there are exciting times ahead. Here at Kennedy Space Center, we have also undergone our own challenges this past year. And like you, we have remained focused on the goals ahead of us, adapted to a new way of doing business, and carried on. That's just the NASA way. When I think about the history of Launchpad 39B, where I work every day, and the more than 50 years of supporting the Apollo and the shuttle program in its history, it's difficult to imagine all of the challenges that they were able to overcome and go on to great successes. When I am out at the launch pad, taking in all of the historical significance of where I am, I feel humbled by their ability to overcome obstacles and their foresight to move forward. When I think about how we have been passed the baton to carry on the legacy and what we are doing to ready her for the next major program, I'm often reminded of a very famous quote, author unknown. Best way to predict the future is to create it. Today, NASA is creating the future of human spaceflight through the Artemis program. Artemis will land the first woman and the next man on the moon by 2024 and continue to explore more of the lunar surface than ever before. With our international and commercial partners, we will establish a sustainable human presence on and around the moon. Then we will use what we learn to take the next giant leap, sending astronauts to Mars in the 2030s. We are currently preparing for Artemis 1, which will be the first integrated test of NASA's deep space exploration systems, the Orion spacecraft, the Space Launch System rocket, and the Exploration Ground Systems here at KSC. While Orion and SLS are undergoing their last testing before beginning flight processing, we are at the same time readying our ground systems. We are nearing the end of a decades-long development phase in which we have transformed the historical facilities at KSC into a premier spaceport in preparation for Artemis. In my role as a senior project manager for the launch pad, I have witnessed a complete renovation of Pad 39B. Elsewhere at KSC, we have done other major construction in the iconic vehicle assembly building to prepare it to stack the SLS and Orion. A new mobile launcher has been erected and outfitted with all the systems necessary to support the launch vehicle. We have created a new control system and readied the firing room and so many other jobs. The team has been preparing for launch day for performing dress rehearsals of critical operations. We have been testing all of our systems and have just recently moved in to the processing phase for Artemis 1 with the arrival of flight hardware. While we focus on the moon and beyond, other great things are in store for 2021. Under the Commercial Crew Program, we just celebrated SpaceX's launch of the Crew 1 mission to the International Space Station. This is the first crew rotation flight to the ISS on a U.S. commercial spacecraft launched from U.S. soil. Seeing the crew launch aboard SpaceX's Resilience capsule at our sister pad, Pad 39A, was such an exciting day and the start of a new way of doing business. Our other commercial partner, Boeing, will undergo an uncrewed orbital test flight of the CST-100 Starliner later this year, with their first crewed mission planned for next summer. Through programs like Artemis and Commercial Crew, we are truly creating the future of space exploration and the role it plays in our daily lives by opening access to space to more people, more science, and more commercial opportunities. This future that we are creating is not just for the engineer and scientists. It's expanding every day to include areas of business, marketing, medicine, manufacturing, tourism, art. For our future generations, there is no limit. It will be what we create. Today, we are simply developing the tools. We are putting the infrastructure in place. It will be up to you, your fellow graduates, your fellow coworkers, to begin creating this future of where and how it takes us. We will be handing it over to you to continue to create this future of human exploration. When these technologies, the launch capabilities, the ability to send humans to Mars and beyond, when these things are part of our everyday lives, when they are readily accessible to many, how will they be used? How will they be used to help humanity? I know what I set forth before you may seem to some like a daunting task. Well, that brings me to my words of advice to you. As you continue your own journey, I share with you a handful of the most valuable lessons I have learned along my own journey. First of all, always remember, people are human. We make mistakes. Being part of an agency that is associated with the phrase, failure is not an option, this is not always easy for people to admit. But we have to admit our mistakes and recognize them, but then put our focus on correcting them and learning from them. Second, you're not in it alone. No one is an island. The more complicated the task, the bigger the team effort. One thing we have all witnessed this year is how connected we all are. When you're at work, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You can learn from each other. Someone may have been through something very similar or even have fresh ideas that you hadn't thought of. Next, be your authentic self. Always. You don't need to fit a stereotype. It is okay to be your true, authentic self. I never matched the stereotypical engineer in school, and I certainly didn't when I went to work. And that always felt like a disconnect for me. When I was able to show more of the authentic me, it made me better, and it also helped me relate better to my team. Diversity and inclusion are not just buzzwords. The broader your team is, the bigger your ideas can be. Next, keep learning and improving. Things change quickly, and what you learn in school is only a small part of what you will use in your career. A previous supervisor taught me early in my career to make it a point to continue to learn new tools, new techniques. Try to learn something new with every new assignment. Never stop learning. And finally, when you put your name on something, it should mean something. Early in my career, I had the privilege to work with a chief engineer. He had to sign off on every analysis report that I did, and it was so difficult to get him to get that signature. And when I asked him about it, he just smiled and said, "Well, it's my name, and that should mean something. To this day, if my name is on it, you know I stand behind it. It means something, and so should yours." I hope these lessons serve you well as you go forward in your career. I wish you the best of luck as you go out to begin creating and shaping the future that lies ahead. The challenges ahead will be hard, but they will also be extremely rewarding. This graduating class has already made history due to the unprecedented conditions of the past year and challenges they overcame. But this graduating class will continue to make history through their accomplishments and paving the way for whatever the future might hold. My sincerest congratulations to each and every one of you, the graduates of the class of 2020. Be proud of your accomplishments this day. You have earned that. And also be sure to thank those that helped you get to this day, be it your parents, your loved ones, your friends, your mentors. They have also been part of your journey. And more than likely, many of them will be there to support you through your next journey as you go out and begin creating your future.
Regina, thank you for your thoughtful words, challenging vision, and sound advice for our graduates, and for us all.
The value of achievement lies in the achieving. Albert Einstein. Your tenacity and commitment to completing your degree have brought you all to this moment today. Congratulations to all of you. And now, Dean Susan Ganter of the College of Arts and Sciences.
Greetings on this exciting day to our graduates and their families and friends. My name is Dr. Susan Ganter, Dean for the College of Arts and Sciences at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Worldwide. Welcome to the College of Arts and Sciences graduation ceremony. This is the moment you have been working toward for so long, and now you're graduating with a degree from one of the college's outstanding programs. You may have earned the IVSAC-accredited award-winning Bachelor of Science in Emergency Services, a degree that prepares you for careers in disaster planning, law enforcement, emergency management, and many other public and private sector fields. Or you may have earned the Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, a flexible program which has allowed you to pursue your varied interests. Perhaps you have earned one of our master's degrees in cybersecurity management and policy, or in human security and resilience, programs with heightened relevance in our world right now. But in addition to the specific skills and knowledge you have gained from your degree program, you and all students graduating today with a degree from any of Embry-Riddle Worldwide's 3 colleges also have benefited from the general education program offered by the College of Arts and Sciences. After all, almost every Embry-Riddle student takes courses in the College of Arts and Sciences. Through these critical core experiences, our esteemed faculty have worked tirelessly to help you sharpen your writing and public speaking skills, improve your mathematical abilities, train you in the social sciences, and provide opportunities for you to excel as humanists and scientists. In many ways, all worldwide students are College of Arts and Sciences graduates. But what does that mean? What is a College of Arts and Sciences graduate? As graduates, you possess a strong foundation upon which to build skills and expertise in your chosen field, including high abilities in selecting, using, managing, and evaluating technologies. You understand what technologies and technological processes are, how they work, their constraints and trade-offs, and how they shape society. This knowledge is critical in the application or integration of technologies and technological systems in solving practical problems. College of Arts and Sciences graduates are critical thinkers and excellent communicators. You possess quantitative and qualitative reasoning abilities. You have honed your cultural, scientific, and information literacy skills, all while gaining the field-specific knowledge you need for advancement in your chosen career. You have everything it takes now to enter the ever-changing workforce as innovators and as creative problem solvers, characteristics that will be important no matter where your journey takes you. These outcomes prepare you for life, academically, professionally, and personally. So congratulations to you, the 2020 graduates of Embry-Riddle Worldwide's College of Arts and Sciences. You are forever an eagle. Dr. Butler and Dr. Watrette, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Arts and Sciences degrees as recommended by the faculty.
Michael Robert Aguirre, with distinction. Monty Joe Reed Barnett, with distinction. Jonathan Glenn Chansey, with distinction. Morgan Lucina Demiki. Kelsey Francis DeRitter. Christopher Lynn Embry, with distinction. Carl David Fagnant, with distinction. Andrea Hill. Nenad Jerendich, with distinction. James Emerson Kelly, with distinction. Tamar King, with distinction. Zachary Robert Kingan, with distinction. Oleg Laskin, with distinction.
Joshua James Mangi, with distinction. Gavino D. Miranda, with distinction. Roger Edward Morgus, with distinction. Cameron Nurala, with distinction. Lillian Ortiz, with distinction. Evan Edward Reese. Rayvon S. Richardson. Megan Eileen Logan Ruiz. Darnell Lebardo Sanchez. Alicia Rose Stallings, with distinction. Amber Michelle Stanley, with distinction. Matthew Robert Vieira, with distinction.
Severa Virginia Carter. Joshua L. Dacus, with distinction.
Carlton Burke Phillip Jr.
Thomas Anson Armstrong. Alexander Back. Jason Jeremy Bowder, with distinction. Candice Burdall, with distinction. Michael Andrew Dawson.
Michelle Jennifer Moravik, with distinction. Tiffany Brooke Mosher. Lindsay Nicole Stamps. Candace Susan Thompson. Daryl V. Watkins, with distinction.
Victoria Alexis Benson.
Andrew Scott Rummel.
Christian Bird, magna cum laude. Nicholas Christian Cash, magna cum laude. Andrew Kenneth Cranfill. Eric Janda, summa cum laude. Jeffrey David Johns, summa cum laude. Rachel May Letkowitz. Parker Lewis, magna cum laude.
Greg Markley. Zachary Jamin White, magna cum laude. Shane Russell Woodmansee, cum laude. John Francis Xavier Zabinski.
Jan Marie Adario, magna cum laude. Ryan Bouchens. Matthew Bellas, cum laude. Kevin Bernini. Jason Bradford Brantley. Lawrence Broderick, Jr. Thomas Michael Burrell. Patrick Dennis Crudden, magna cum laude. Keenan James DeFrisco. Lontario Terrell Duvall. Allison Michelle Evans, cum laude. James David Fox. Yvonne Yvette Gibbs. Monique Jasmine Gray. Jimmy Wayne Jackson. Donald Philip Lambert. Andrew Evans Lassman.
Agapito Molina. Karen Patrice Moore, magna cum laude. Isidro Munoz. Amatangelo Pasciuti. Amanda Popsy. Brian J. Powell. Nicole Marie Rios. Tammy K. Rusitano, magna cum laude. Reynaldo V. Sanchez Jr., magna cum laude. Rebecca Candice Theismann, cum laude.
This concludes the presentation of graduate and undergraduate degrees. Dr. Watrett will now introduce the class to Trustee Phil Elliott for the conferral of degrees.
Trustee Elliott, it is my honor to present the candidates for the College of Arts and Sciences degrees as recommended by the faculty.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you, as appropriate, the Associate in Science degree, the Bachelor of Science degree, and the Master of Science degree, with all of the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Congratulations. You are now graduates of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. We wish you great success in your future endeavors, and we encourage you to keep in touch with us. You are forever an Eagle.
In the invocation, we talked about gratitude. And now here I want to talk about pride. The benediction will be about pride, the pride that you probably should be feeling. You've worked really hard. You've done something that is an extraordinary achievement. There are many people who could never have completed the course of study. Perhaps there's some people you began with that weren't able to do it. You've been able to do it. So I hope you feel proud. You've done great work. And I hope that as you think back upon this ceremony and about your time here, you'll take that pride and it'll help you take that next step in professional responsibility. Because the pride you have is a pride of knowledge, of learning, and wisdom. And with those come responsibility. You know things that a lot of other people don't know. So please, continue to use your wisdom and your knowledge, continue to help people, to serve others, to make a difference. Continue to go out and be a blessing, and let those who say thank you to you, those who express their gratitude, may they bless you as you bless them. And let all God's children say, amen. Thank you.
Eagles gather near, we lift our voices loud and clear, soaring high, O alma mater, threads of blue and gold. United we soar in vast open skies. Embry-Riddle we hail thee, great memories we'll hold. So here's mater true. We pledge in love and harmony our loyalty to you. Singing thy praise, remembering the days, coast to coast around the world, our bond forever true. Embracing our dreams with pride far and wide. Embry-Riddle, we hail thee, great memories we'll hold. So here's to you, old ERAU, alma mater true. We pledge in love and harmony our loyalty to you.